I figured, what the heck? A day like today, snow, wind, a lot of this really bad weather all over the country. You know, I actually remember that February seems to be the month in the winter that's really the bad one. Hello, everyone, as you come in. Today is the 15th of February, 2021. I'm Roy Potter. No bells and whistles today. I'm actually house sitting. I have a daughter who has gone to San Diego. I'm the one that should have gone to San Diego. But she went to San Diego, she and her family, and so they asked me to come to their house and house sit for them. I'm not here all the time, but I'm here enough that I get to take advantage of their excellent Wi Fi. And so I thought, well, I ought to go ahead and do that today. So if you haven't got anything else to do, if your power's out, maybe you can't even see this. I don't know. A lot of you are coming in. Hello, everyone, as you come in. And I appreciate you coming. It's not so much that I was lonely today, is that I've been doing some things and I've been on the phone with some friends and I went out and took care of some things this morning. And I'm in the middle of making a very big decision, a very big decision. And so I needed some counsel on that. And I've been taking advantage of their time off to get it. So that's kind of where we are. And we'll see how things go. But as it is right now, thanks for letting me know, Jack, that it's 5x5. I know that the microphone on my phone here is not the best, and so I have to talk a little louder. Well, hello, Nancy Williams from Washington State. How are things up there? That's kind of where this vortex came down through, isn't it? That and the whole it's just gone from there on down into Texas and up through the East Coast there. Anyway, thanks for being here. So I don't really have any entertainment for you today. You're probably wondering why I called this the title that I did, this dose of reality. And so before I go any further, I've been following on Twitter, and he has a podcast. It's Legal Man. He's an attorney, and he just comes right out and tells you the way it is. Okay, that things aren't the way you've been told. I talk about it a lot on Twitter. I've mentioned it here on YouTube, but I don't think I've ever actually put up a link. So in the description box below is a link to the Quatch. Yeah, interesting name for his podcast, the Quatch. And he goes by Legal Man on Twitter, and he's going to give you a dose of reality. Okay, I will not tell you that it's going to make you feel good. It won't. Okay, uh, I wish that we could talk about things in a positive manner, but although we have to remain positive, we also have to have a dose of reality of where things really are right now, and I think most of you know that. So, on his podcast, he can say things that he can't say on YouTube. I think sometimes his podcasts go up on YouTube, but I'm sure he's careful, as I have now become. Again, not because we're afraid of telling the truth, but if we overstep the bounds that are constantly changing on YouTube, just like with the convid, the CV, those things, how the goalposts keep changing. Well, that's the way it is with YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and all those. I'm not on Facebook, of course, but at any rate, you never know where the next line is going to be drawn, and then they make it ex post facto. So they'll go back and take down things that go against their new terms of service and guidelines and all that baloney. So you never really know where you are. So when I have something important to say that I just want to spit it out, of course, I'll go on LBRY and Odyssey. And as I've said before, I'll come on here and I'll put up a notice that it's going to go there. Now, the way that works is kind of a problem because my notice comes after I've put up the video on LBRY, right? So I had a lot of people this last time I did it. They said, well, where's the link? Well, the link was in there. But LBRY and Odyssey are a little bit different. So just know that when you see a notice on LBRY that I'm going to put something up, it's always going to be the video just before that notice. Now here on YouTube, of course, just the notice will be up. So I just thought I'd let you know about that. But what Legal Man has to say on the Quatch is very important to understand where we are today, and it's a worldwide problem. We don't have the constitutional protections that we should. We haven't had for a long time, and there's no one up there standing up for us. No one. The charter, the social contract between the government and the people has long been broken by the government, and Legal Man gets into that in one way or another in every show that he does. Some of it will seem repetitious, but he usually brings up new circumstances as well. So the whole point of that is that you still need to be getting ready, and I think most of you know that. So that's kind of where we are. I wanted to bring that up. Plus, I wanted to make an observation, and you've heard me make this before, and I don't want to beat a dead horse or grind things into powder, but I'm really sick and tired of the Republicans. I'm tired of all politicians. But when Trump was in office and he was doing things contrary to the Constitution, for instance, the mudstock ban, the red flag laws, OWS, all of these things that happened there, the Republicans, many of them were afraid to call him out on the carpet. Now that Biden, and I said that would happen, that's the reason why they brought Trump on, was so that the people that want to uphold the Constitution and Christians and conservatives in general wouldn't follow Hillary, so they had to bring Trump in there to get us behind him and not criticize him while they brought in the New World Order program. And I think anybody with a grain of common sense now can see that that's exactly what Trump was used for. So a lot of these Republicans would not call him on the carpet. Well, now that we have Biden in, we have people that are willing to call out Biden on pretty much the very same programs. I mean, he's going a lot further in destroying the Second Amendment, but Trump was well on his way to that anyway. And of course, the entire situation with the plague and all of that. Trump set it up, and now Biden's carrying it through to a very, very nasty finish. But now those same Republicans are willing to come on, of course, because it's a Democrat, and we knew this was going to happen. This has been across the board almost, and call Biden out for these things that he's doing. So I put out a tweet or two this last weekend, or maybe it was late last week, making that observation, and I addressed it to one particular Republican who called out Biden. And I'm not going to give the particulars on this because I don't want to identify that person. I'm not out here to slam him for what he did, but it's just typical. What I did do is I wrote him because I don't believe he ever responded to any of my tweets asking him to help set Trump in order. None of these Republicans would do it. The closest now that's come to it that I've seen is John Cardillo. He's come out, but he waffles a little bit too. But at least he's doing it. The others would not. And there were different reasons why they would not. At least I surmised it was probably because of the oaths or those things that they had. But regardless of the situation, that's what was going on, is they would not call him out. So I said, gee, I'm glad to see you calling Biden out, but why didn't you call out Trump when he was doing a lot of these same things, the shutting down the economy and all this other nonsense? And the response I got was name calling. So that's where we are. And what that tells me is that nobody is for principle anymore. Pardon me, let me see who this is. I wish I had some music to put on for you. Oh, hey, come on in. I'm just here watching the house. Oh,
There's Danny.
they're all gone. They went to San Diego.
Oh, they did?
Oh, yeah, they've been gone for, a few days now. But anyway, I'm online here. I'm doing a little thing. They asked me to watch the house for them.
Well, I'm going to leave a card and a tacky present for him.
All righty. Hey, thanks a lot.
Okay.
Have a good day. Be careful out there. It's kind of
Yeah,
treacherous.
it's just cold.
Yes. So anyway, everybody, that's what all I really wanted to do. Sorry I had to answer the door there. We've got a lot of things to be concerned about. People are all over the map. They're not paying attention to principle. They're paying attention to cults of personality, to parties, political parties, to their side, not to principle. So Legal Man gets into that again, which is what I was talking about before, and we've got to make sure we have these preparations done. Now, let me go see. It looks like they got locked out here for a minute. All right. I guess since I'm on this roll, I might as well say one more thing. Hey, Liza Jean, how you doing? Um, yeah, I might as well point this out too. You all know that David Knight has his own program now, and so I'll probably get in trouble for saying that on here. Even his name gets censored. So what I suspect is hopefully that he'll get enough people following him and supporting him, both financially and, of course, spreading his program, that his word and his reports will get out. He at least tells you he straight shoots. He doesn't have any ulterior motive, okay, other than principle. The other thing that I'd like to bring up is, in conjunction with what I was talking about a few minutes ago, I gave Alex Jones another shot this last few days. Listened to him a little bit. And it's interesting how he's slamming the entire virus response, etc. And yet he will not call out Trump, who started us down this road. That is intellectual dishonesty, and it's even immoral as far as I'm concerned. So I just wanted to let you know that I'm aware of it and I'm not happy about it. If we keep acting like this, it's no wonder we're being destroyed. Okay, if these people aren't going to call it out the way it is, Trump isn't going away. Michael Jonah of Nineveh and I have talked about that. There have been some other YouTube sites and podcasts, places like that. I'm not going to name them all here, that have mentioned the same thing. And I've said it often, something's wrong with a doorbell. It sounds like it's gotten stuck. So I'll be going here in a minute. But it's very common now for people to look at the situation with Donald Trump. You know, there's the Q side of it where they're saying he's going to come back in March because he's really still the president. I'm not listening to all that. You know, from the point of view I'm looking at it, as some others are, like Michael Jonah of Nineveh, that Trump is somebody else entirely. Whether he's the AC or not, again, is open to discussion, but there's enough there to suggest that he's at least deeply mired in it. Okay? All right, well, that's all I've got. I got to go fix a doorbell that's apparently stuck from the cold weather, and I appreciate you all coming. Maybe I'll come back on a little later. I would stay on and answer some of these chat questions, but not today, and I apologize. Right as soon as I get online, of course, then everything starts happening. It was quiet until now. All right? Interesting that happened. Okay, everybody, y'all take care. I'll talk to you later out here.